Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. In this video, I want to show you my honest review, and I hope I will be able to highlight all the pros and cons of this product. So let's begin.
Are you playing blood pressure roulette? Did you know that if you use blood pressure medication, you have less than a 50-50 chance you'll improve your health, not to mention putting yourself in grave danger? And a 50-50 chance of dangerous side effects is only if you're lucky. It could be much, much worse. Hi, my name is Michael. I'm a recently retired pharmacist who is finally able to expose the hidden lies of the prescription drug industry. I can do this because, unlike most pharmacists and doctors, I don't have to be worried about the FDA breaking down my doors or suing me into the poorhouse. In this video, you're about to get the truth. The whole scary truth that no other medical expert will ever tell you about your blood pressure. And, more importantly, I'll teach you through one proven way to turn the tables on Big Pharma, lower your blood pressure naturally, and finally lower your risk for a deadly heart or health disaster once and for all. So I urge you, turn everything off, even your phone, and watch this urgent presentation until the very end. It could save your life. I say that because when it comes to prescription drugs and surgery, there's nearly a 60% chance you'll be the victim of a life-threatening or even life-ending complication. For instance, arthritis drugs like Vioxx and Bextra turned out to be vicious killers before they were yanked from the market for causing heart attacks. Antidepressant drugs like Zoloft, Paxil, Luvox, and others are supposed to boost your mood, not raise your chances for suicide. Hormone replacement drugs such as Prempro are supposed to save women's lives, not double your risk of breast cancer. And those using a popular drug to stimulate their sex life are losing their eyesight and dropping dead from heart attacks. And what about blood pressure meds, you may wonder? Well, I know from firsthand the experience that prescription drugs are often a horror show of side effects you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy. I still remember the day when I was personally diagnosed with hypertension. I was in my doctor's office for a routine checkup and he told me the bad news. Michael, your blood pressure is extremely elevated. You're at 163 over 105, and that increases your risk for coronary heart disease, heart failure, stroke, kidney disease. The list went on. If you want to live past 65, I want you to immediately get on several medications I'm going to prescribe now. This is not optional. I was devastated. Even though I was a pharmacist, I personally hated the idea of being on multiple medications for the rest of my life. But that wasn't the worst part. Again, the real pain came once I started on the meds and the side effects kicked in. First, the diuretics, which they prescribed to flush excess water and sodium from the body, had me run into the bathroom dozens of times throughout the day. Worse, the drugs made it impossible for me to perform in the bedroom, killing my confidence as a man and putting a massive strain on my marriage. But that was only the beginning. I also started taking ACE inhibitors. Now, frequently prescribed ACE inhibitors include enalapril, Vasitec, lisinopril, Prinavil, Zestril, and ramipril, Altace. But from a side effect perspective, they're all pretty much the same. Like many, I began coughing often, getting horrible headaches, and even experiencing lightheadedness and dizziness throughout the day. It got so bad I could barely function and had to take extended leave from work. Still, the nightmare was far from over, because my doctor also put me on calcium channel blockers, which is extremely common. But this only made matters worse. My brain got even foggier, my cough got worse, my energy sank like a rock in water, and I was so nauseous or constipated most of the time I barely felt like eating. I was literally wasting away in front of the TV each day. My legs elevated to ease the pain in my joints, with my wife growing more and more worried with each passing day. But we both assumed it was a worthwhile sacrifice to get my blood pressure down, and hopefully the side effects were only temporary. So, you can imagine my horror when I went to the doctor over a month later, only to find the pressure had not gone down at all. Not one single point. Worse, the side effects seemed to be getting more severe, and my doctor said there was no guarantee they'd go away. I was devastated beyond belief. I walked out of his office that day, still stunned, realizing that this plan wasn't working out for me, and I needed to explore my alternatives. So, I began researching the effectiveness of these drugs, and what I discovered made me furious. You see, only 43% of people taking those meds get results. And your best hope is to be among that group. Here's what I mean. Among the estimated 68 million Americans who have elevated blood pressure, About 70% of them use blood pressure medications. Yet, among those 47 million people, the American Society for Hypertension has reported that only 42.9% reduce their blood pressure to a level that's healthy. If you're lucky enough to get your blood pressure down with these drugs, you can probably expect many of the following side effects just like I did, including fatigue, headaches, lightheadedness, loss of essential minerals, kidney damage, lower libido, erectile dysfunction, digestive disorders, elevated triglycerides, blood fats, and LDL, bad cholesterol, vision problems, anxiety and restlessness, anemia, sensitivity to sunlight, plus increased risk of developing cardiac arrhythmias and diabetes. And it's worse if you're over 60. Excessive blood pressure lowering with medication can dangerously prevent adequate blood flow to the heart, leading to cardiac arrhythmia and sudden cardiac death. This, of course, isn't the first time pharmaceutical drugs have resulted in horrible side effects or death, because the simple fact remains, prescription drugs now kill more people than illegal drugs. Death by prescription drugs is a 21st century epidemic, now killing more Americans than motor vehicle accidents. Drug fatalities more than tripled among people aged 50 to 69 from 2000 to 2008. It's estimated that there are 450,000 preventable adverse reactions to medications in the U.S. every year, accounting for a substantial proportion of emergency room visits. I'm not trying to scare you, nor am I suggesting you avoid drugs and do nothing, because doing nothing about your hypertension can be just as deadly. According to the Mayo Clinic, if you have difficulty sleeping, your risk of high blood pressure, hypertension, can be up to 2 to 3 times greater. Multiple studies have shown elevated blood pressure is linked to a higher risk of developing cancer or dying from the disease. The CDC says that high blood pressure can contribute to chronic kidney disease, according to the Centers for Disease Control. High blood pressure and some of the medications used to treat it can increase the risk for developing diabetes. High blood pressure can injure the blood vessels in the eye's retina, accelerating loss of sight. And that's just scratching the surface. So here's the bottom line. If you have high blood pressure, do something about it. The drugs you're prescribed carry massive risk, along with a guaranteed list of miserable side effects. Plus, extremely weak odds you'll ever get better. That's why the next few minutes of this video could save your life. Because in just a moment, I'm going to introduce you to a discovery I found in my research that has been proven by multiple clinical studies performed by elite institutions, published in highly respected medical journals, including one of Europe's leading research publications that could very well be the single most important discovery ever made for blood pressure health. This natural solution can safely reduce blood pressure, lower bad cholesterol LDL levels, balance your blood sugar, help heal your heart, reverse many of the BP med side effects, restore lost libido, give you your energy back, and help you feel healthy again. Best of all, you don't need a prescription or years of trial and error with unproven herbs you don't know whether they're working or not. This is proven to be both effective and side effect free. In the future, this is how people will treat hypertension and reduce blood pressure naturally. Only you don't have to wait. You can start today. Would you believe that the secret has been sitting inside your spice cabinet all along? Cure blood pressure with cinnamon? This is going to shock you, but as you'll see, the studies prove this to be true beyond the shadow of a doubt. Recent research from the University of Toronto has confirmed that even short use of cinnamon can significantly reduce blood pressure. Researchers conducted a systematic review study of clinical trials using cinnamon between 2000 and 2012. This includes studies published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition and many more journals. They then analyzed the results of the studies and determined that the short-term use of cinnamon reduced systolic scores by 5 points, while diastolic blood pressure was reduced by about 2.6 points. Compare this with drugs, which, if they work at all, produce an average drop of 9/6. The most recent clinical study involved 59 subjects who, after 12 weeks, saw their systolic blood pressure drop by 3.4 points. And in another clinical study, subjects took 2 grams of cinnamon per day for 12 weeks. Those who took the cinnamon saw a reduction in their systolic number by over 3 points and their diastolic by over 5 points. On top of all of this, cinnamon has been proven to help with your blood sugar levels, which can not only help you lose weight, but also save your heart. If you remember, My energy was pretty much non-existent after getting on blood pressure medication, and anything I ate seemed to throw my blood sugar out of whack and cause a massive crash. That's why I was so excited to learn about the added benefit of cinnamon. Because in a 2013 study from Ball State University, 30 healthy adults were tested after adding cinnamon to their morning cereals. They found that the addition of cinnamon significantly reduced blood glucose levels at 15, 30, 45, and 60 minutes after eating. To understand why that's so important, it's imperative you understand the connection between blood sugar and hypertension. As it turns out, high blood pressure levels create free radicals that oxidize and damage your arteries, in addition to insulin-caused weight gain. Ugh. This damage high blood pressure does to your arteries results in the scarring of the blood vessels, known as atherosclerosis. This scarring builds up plaque, which reduces the diameter of the blood vessel. This smaller diameter then increases blood pressure. That means high blood sugar equals weight gain and high blood pressure. And it's why you must keep your blood sugar low if you ever want to break free from these dangerous drugs. Now, a moment ago I told you that cinnamon alone could lower your blood pressure by as much as 5 points. But it gets better. Much better, because there's a mineral to supercharge cinnamon and make it many times more effective. And that mineral is magnesium. You see, cinnamon combined with magnesium can lead in overall reductions in blood pressure up to 25 points. That's a reduction far lower than any hypertension medication can achieve, without side effects. A report from the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition summarizes the results from 22 trials with magnesium supplements. And I still remember my amazement in reading it. Now, before you go running to your spice rack like I did, let me share a big secret. This is a pro tip you'll need to make this discovery work for you. Of all the varieties out there, only Ceylon cinnamon has been shown to have a true therapeutic effect. It is more rare than other varieties and has been shown in studies to have numerous health benefits, including greatly reducing blood pressure when used properly. Now, you probably won't find it in your local store, and even if you did, its potency would be lost, because Ceylon cinnamon must be processed in a very special way in order to retain its full range of actives that produce the well-researched medical benefits. More on this in a moment. I had to search far and wide for this exact type of cinnamon and learn exactly how it should be processed before I started to see results. But once I did, wow, the results were staggering. In under 2 months, my blood pressure was 120/78. My doctor couldn't believe it, and neither could my wife. I had gone from being completely exhausted, no energy bundle of misery, to a spry, energetic man who could be active much of the day. I'm sure my activity helped my blood pressure, but I never could have been so active had I stayed on drugs and not discovered the newest breakthrough in natural blood pressure control. And that's why I'm so excited to share the solution with you. Because you now know about Ceylon cinnamon, what it can do, and you know the only kind of cinnamon that can lower your blood pressure. You know that magnesium multiplies the healing benefits of Ceylon cinnamon by over 5 times, beating even the most potent prescription drugs. What if I told you there was a third secret that further enhanced this combination, delivering a 1-2-3 knockout combination that could banish high blood pressure forever? Such an ingredient exists, and it's vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 has hundreds of proven therapeutic benefits, including protecting against heart disease. But in this case, what matters is that vitamin B6 increases the absorption rate of magnesium, which in turn improves the therapeutic effect of cinnamon, leading to the strongest yet safest possible way to attack and eliminate your high blood pressure without harm or side effects. And while you might be able to go out and buy each of these 3 items at your local health food or vitamin store, you'd pay a lot for each one. You'd probably get the wrong form of magnesium, and worst of all, you would know the right ratios of these ingredients in order to trigger the proper reduction in your blood pressure. As a pharmacist, I know that it's not just about taking drugs or supplements, but the combination, the source, and even the timing. Yes, the quality and the precise ratio of these 3 key ingredients makes all the difference. I even found others, just like you and me, who were seeing similar results. As Martin S. from Lumberton, North Carolina noted, I went back to the doctors, and my BP was 127/72. I'm so happy with the results. And Kay Roberts from Norfolk, Virginia says, I'm a big rig truck driver and I'm required to maintain healthy blood pressure. After taking this combination, my blood pressure is 128/60 and holding steady. And Carrie S. from Pennsylvania told us, about a month after taking this, my blood pressure has been consistently 118/78. It truly has helped me live a healthier, better, fuller life. There are so many stories just like this, but you get the point. The precise combination of rare cinnamon, magnesium, and vitamin B6 is as close to a blood pressure miracle worker as you'll ever find. And it's the secret behind the proprietary formula I learned about in my research, known as StrictionBP. StrictionBP is the only formula available with these three ingredients. From exclusive high-quality sources, delivered in exactly the right ratio so that you get the blood pressure lowering results you need. I researched the company that makes it, Optimal Health Products, with every bit of knowledge and experience I gained over 25 years as a pharmacist. Everything from their ingredient sourcing, processing methods, quality control, right down to their customer service is simply top-notch. The StrictionBP formula not only changed my life, it saved me from a life filled with side effects I can't imagine bearing even for one day. But it's been proven with thousands of satisfied customers over and over again. In fact, the company is so confident it will work for you, they are offering a deeply discounted subscription price for introductory customers. If you try out StrictionBP today, you can buy 2 bottles for only $79.90 plus shipping and get 1 free. That means you're saving $39.95 off the normal price. To take advantage of this offer, simply click the buy button below this video. On the next page, you'll be able to get your free bottle, have your order rushed out to you, and then decide whether the product is right for you. Every order comes with a full, unconditional 60-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? StrictionBP could save thousands of lives this year, including yours. Already in this brief video, you've seen the science behind the ingredients inside BP, and you've met real people and heard their stories of healing. On top of that, you have the exclusive opportunity to buy 2 bottles and get 1 more bottle free, effectively saving you over $39.95 on your 3-month supply. Now, it's time for you to take charge of your blood pressure once and for all. Because the simple fact is, if any drug company in the world has a patented product with so many benefits, they'd charge an arm and a leg for it. Especially if, unlike their usual drugs, their solution produced no fatigue, no headaches, no lightheadedness, no kidney damage, no drop in libido, no erectile dysfunction, no digestive disorders, no elevated triglycerides, no vision problems, no anxiety, restlessness, or coughing. Unfortunately, their drugs can't promise any of that, but StrictionBP can. That's why, for less than $1 a capsule, plus our lowest ever price and generous guarantee, StrictionBP just may be the best bargain you'll see in your lifetime. Unlike many herbal or so-called natural supplements with questionable effectiveness, the StrictionBP formula is packaged inside an FDA-approved laboratory with strict quality control procedures, so that you always get the safe, reliable results you expect. Don't wait. Just click the button below this video and claim your introductory buy 2 get 1 free discount offer of StrictionBP today, so you can avoid becoming another fatal or side effect statistic of yet another dangerous drug. With StrictionBP, you have everything you need to safely and effectively get your blood pressure under control for good, along with an easy, no-risk, zero-obligation way to do it for the lowest price per bottle we've ever offered it, starting today. Hypertension may be the silent killer, but you don't have to play blood pressure roulette with your life. Not anymore. Armed with the information in this video, along with the ability to try out StrictionBP risk-free, simply by clicking the button below, you too can make high blood pressure a thing of the past. Do that now, and then the makers of StrictionBP will welcome you to the next page with a simple, easy way to send for your first order. Thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next page.
Cool, right? Click the link in the description for my price discounted special.